Dear students, I welcome you all to this new unit. This is the last unit, unit number 4, in the subject of information technology for class 10th. This unit deals with web applications and security. There are various sessions that we will be dealing with in this unit. These are the sessions that we will be covering. There are total 11 sessions that we will be discussing with you, and to begin with, we will start with the unit session number 1, that is working with accessibility options. Okay, so let us start this session number 1. So first of all, let us know what is accessibility. Computer accessibility refers to the user friendliness of a computer system for all, regardless of their disability. Okay, so there are some people around us who have some type of disability. So to make the system, that a computer system, user friendly for those persons, we have some special options. Those are called accessibility options. The combination of hardware and software enables a person with a disability or impairment to use a computer. It is known as assistive technology. There are different types of impairment that impact computer uses. Some are cognitive impairments and learning disabilities such as dyslexia, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder ADHD, or we call it autism. I think you have heard this word, and you also have seen some movies on this. The famous movie Tare Zameen Par was also dealing with this cognitive impairment and learning disabilities. Second type of impairment is visual impairment, such as low vision, complete or partial blindness, and color blindness. Next, hearing impairment, including deafness. And the last one is motor or dexterity impairment, such as paralysis, cerebral palsy, or carpal tunnel syndrome, and repetitive strain injury. Accessibility options are available in the control panel, and you can customize your input and output devices. You know the input and output devices? These are keyboard, mouse, and your monitor. The functions of accessibility options can be seen in the control panel. Here, as per this syllabus, the options are given as per the Windows XP. But if you are having different version of XP or higher version of Windows, they can be found with a different heading, that is called ease of access. So you can go to your control panel and you can search ease of access options, and there you can customize your accessibility options. Again, I am telling you that these options are for the person having some disability. In general, we do not use these functions. Okay. So for Windows XP, how to launch accessibility options? To launch it, you have to click Start, then Control Panel, and then Accessibility Options. And this type of window will appear in front of you. Okay. Here you can see the different tabs: Keyboard tab, Sound tab, Display tab, Mouse tab, General tab. Okay. But if you are using higher version of Windows, you can just click on the search box and type ease of access. or you can go to control panel and check for the relevant options. Okay, so this keyboard tab deals with the options related to keyboard, then the second one is for sound, third one is for display, next one is for mouse, and at the end we have some general options. So let us discuss them one by one. So the first one is the keyboard tab. So in keyboard we have the first one is sticky keys. Okay, as a name suggesting that it will stick. Sticky keys in accessibility feature to help computer users with physical disability, but it is also used by others as a mean to reduce repetitive strain. What is the use of sticky keys? Sticky keys allows the user to press and release a modifier key. Which are the modifier keys? Shift, Control, Alt and Windows key. These are the 4 modifier keys. And they will remain active until any other key is pressed. Okay. So suppose you are using some shortcut keys like Control C, Control V, Control X, Control A, Control P. Okay. So a person with a disability cannot press 2 keys simultaneously, like Control and A. You have to press it simultaneously. So for that person with this type of disability, these sticky keys will be very useful. So when you enable sticky keys, this type of figure, this icon will appear in your taskbar. Okay, the system tray. So what is the advantage? You enable the sticky key and then press any of these keys and they will remain active. Suppose you are pressing Control and you are leaving it and then you are pressing A. So it will work as a Control A simultaneous option. Okay. So for a normal person, Control and A are to be pressed simultaneously. But a person with a disability, if wants to perform the same action, he can use sticky keys and then he can press Control and leave that key. Then again after a few seconds he can press A. Okay. So it will work. Clear? So to enable sticky keys, there is a shortcut option. You can press Shift key 5 times and the menu for enabling this sticky key will appear. Let us try it. A sound will be generated and you will be presented with this type of dialog box. Okay. So if you press this Shift key 5 times, then this will appear and you can enable or disable your sticky keys. Clear? Great. You can try this. You can open a notepad and write something on it and you can press Control A simultaneously and then what you should do is you should enable sticky keys and then press Control, release it and then press A. Okay. Now the next type is filter keys. Filter key is a feature in Microsoft Windows that tells the keyboard to ignore brief or repeated keystrokes, making typing easier for the people with hand trimmers. Some people do have hand trimmers, their hand trimmer while typing. So what may happen? A key can be pressed more than once. So when the filter keys are enabled, those repeated keystrokes will be ignored by the computer system. Okay. So if you press right Shift key for 8 seconds, this filter key option will be generated. Okay. Let us try it. We are pressing the right Shift key for 8 seconds and this sound is generated and now you can see this menu appears. Okay. So this is the short options. You can try this exercise for filter keys. Then we have toggle keys. Toggle key is designed for the people who have vision impairment or cognitive disability. Okay. When toggle keys is turned on, computer emits sound when the locking keys. What are the toggle keys? These are caps lock, num lock, scroll lock. Okay, toggle means the keys that have only two states like caps lock, num lock and scroll lock. So when these keys are pressed, a sound is generated so that the person with a disability can know that he has pressed the caps lock. Okay, so if you have to type a text having a combination of capital and small letters, then the person with disability may find it difficult. Okay, so this toggle key option will help them to know that whether the caps lock has been pressed or not. Okay, so if you press and hold the num lock key for 5 seconds, then this option for toggle key will be generated in front of you. Okay, like we have seen in the previous two cases. Okay, so these three were the options related to keyboard. Now let us see some options related to sound. Okay, the first one is sound sentry. So this tab, sound tab, will be useful for the persons having auditory impairments. This sound sentry generates visual warnings such as a blinking title bar or a flashing border whenever the computer generates a sound. So a normal person can understand that error sound has been generated by the system, but a person with auditory impairment will not be able to hear it. So this sound sentry, what it does, it generates a visual warning. Okay. So for understanding sound sentry, we have to create an error, then only we can understand how it generates the flashing border. Okay. You can try it on your own. Then we have show sounds. This instructs the application that convey information by sound to also provide information visually. If there are some applications that only provide the information or instruction through sound, then this show sounds option will instruct them to provide the information visually so that the person with audio impairment can see that information. Next, we have display tab. A person having problem with vision may find it useful. So first one is high contrast. If a person is not able to see the low contrast screen, you can use high contrast screen. So you can also change the size and color of fonts and the background. Okay, so this is where you can set this high contrast here. Okay, then you have some next one is cursor option. You can change the blink rate of the cursor and the width of the cursor so that a person with disability can see it. Okay, so this is the option for the people having vision impairment. Okay, so this is the cursor that is moving here and there. You can see it. If you want to change its width or its blinking rate, you can change it. Next, for mouse. If a person is not able to use a mouse, if he is having some disability, then your num lock, the special num lock that has a number keyboard from 0 to 9 that has been provided in many of the laptops and all the desktop keyboards. The numpad that is provided on the right hand side of your keyboard, that will work as mouse. Okay, so the numeric keypad will be working as a pointing device, that is mouse. So the person having disability, and if he is not able to use the mouse, he can use the numeric keyboard to work as a mouse. And how he will work on it? This you can see here, the 4 number key will be used for moving left, 6 for moving right, 2 to move down, and 8 for moving up. Clear? So this is the use of mouse keys. Then at the last we have some general tab. Here you can set some general settings, like turn off accessibility features after. If you want to set it for some time, that after this much of time the accessibility options should be disabled. Okay, and the option for giving warning message when turning a feature on. So these type of settings can be checked or unchecked in this general tab. Next we have serial keys. Serial keys is an accessibility feature that assists people that have difficulty using a keyboard or a mouse or both. They can use special devices such as SIP, puff, and breath switches to provide input to the computer through serial ports. If you are not able to work on keyboards and mouse, you can provide the input through your SIP and puff. Okay. For example, sipping on the tube activates one device while puffing on the same tube activates another. Okay. So these are some options that are useful for the person having disabilities. Now at the end of this session we have some assessment. These are some fill in the blanks for you related to Windows XP. So in this session we have discussed the accessibility options in detail, and these options are very much helpful for the persons having disabilities and impairments. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this session, and we will be discussing the remaining part of the unit in the next video lesson. See you there.